Right now on Hot Pursuit, police play bumper cars with a fugitive. Objects may be closer than they appear. And this car thief's completely surrounded. In Los Angeles, police are after two suspects fleeing an attempted robbery. Their getaway car has seen better days, but it isn't likely to see a worse one than this. The driver must have failed physics class. But he's just gotten a crash course on the concept of gravity. He decided to go off-roading at just the wrong time, and his car went airborne before plummeting down, turning the jalopy into a twisted pile of metal on the pavement below. Amazingly, the driver's able to run away unscratched, adopting an every man for himself philosophy, leaving his injured accomplice behind in the wreckage. But the fall hasn't made him any smarter. Instead of running for his life, he walks casually away from the accident through a storm drain. He picks up the pace a bit as he enters a local scrapyard. Being surrounded by undrivable wrecks probably reminds him of his fateful crash just a few minutes ago. But it's a dead end for the suspect as the cops have caught up with him. They have the area surrounded and send a canine unit in to sniff him out. Police convince the man to give up, and he's reunited with his accomplice and taken away to answer for their crimes. They started out defying the law, then they tried to defy gravity. And then he defied the odds and walked away. Now the odds are that his defiance will land him some hard time in jail. This officer has pulled over a driver who decides to try something different from the standard sweet talk.
You give me a ticket, sir, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Instead of apologies, he tried sarcasm.
What are you going for under there? I'm going for my billfold. You guys got a gun? I don't know what you have, okay?
And instead of flattery, he simply insults the officer.
All you hicks around here, you two guys, I want to hear like, hey, he got money. I'm going to nail him.
Then the driver pretty much stops listening.
Yes, I do. You haven't even let me finish telling you why I stopped you yet. I'm not interested. Okay. You're going to receive a citation for speeding. I was not speeding. You don't even know where I'm talking about, sir. I am not speeding. I drove all the way up here. Since 8 o'clock this morning.
He transitions from anger to denial.
I'm not speeding.
Even in the face of overwhelming evidence.
You want to see the radar or not? No. The radar don't mean it. Okay. What year is your car? Not 84. It says on the driver's license.
The officer keeps his cool, but applies a little more pressure.
Don't you press it or you're going to go to jail, sir. You got it?
But soon, even he gets a little frustrated.
Wait here, I'll be right back.
Driver pushes the argument to the next level, threatening the officer with disciplinary action. He takes it even further, treating the officer like a child.
I was born and raised here, by the way, and I was driving when you were wetting your pants. That's another thing. You understand that? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Probably when your father was driving before your father was. Sir, do you want me to try to explain this to you or not? No, I'm not interested. You just give me the goddamn ticket and I'm gone. Okay.
The way he's talking, he'll be lucky to get off with only a ticket.
Also next time? There'll be no next time. Yes, there is a next time. Oh, no, listen to what I'm saying, sir. I'll find out from your boss, and I'm write a letter. Okay. You bet your life. You fix your feet, sir. You just stop. I've got news for you. Sir, listen to me, okay? When you're looking in your rearview mirror at me, you better stop next time. You understand that? I wasn't looking at you because I wasn't looking at you. I had to hit the tire and I hit the false light and everything else. Okay.
Putting down the officer didn't work in the driver's favor.
I was born and raised here, by the way, and I was driving when you were wetting your pants.
Maybe next time, he'll try some old-fashioned sweet talk. Coming up on Hot Pursuit, a drunk gets the spins, a dangerous party crasher, and the end of the line for these bank robbers. The Ohio officer who's pulling over the suspected drunk driver knows that getting him off the road could save a life.
We do up Country Club. Chef.
The officer starts the sobriety tests in his cruiser.
I'm going to take your right hand, put it under your chin. The reason I'm going to have you do that is how you pull the very tip of this pen to your eyes.
At first, the driver seems to hold his own. He continues the test outside.
You able to walk a straight line?
Yeah.
The battery of tests goes on.
Stand on one leg.
But just as the officer realizes that this driver is sober, a true drunk driver finds him, almost taking out the officer and the man he's pulled over. The type of accident he was hoping to prevent has happened before his very eyes.
You all right? Sir, you okay?
The passenger emerges and seems calm enough, but maybe that's because he's had a few beers. The driver, however, is a complete mess and is arrested immediately.
You go to the back of the truck. I'm just trying to help you guys out.
It might seem unlucky to be pulled over by the police, but in this case, the driver didn't know how lucky he was. Not only was he spared from having to share the road with the drunk pair, but the officer also pulled his body out of the way, saving him from the big crash. It's late night in Wisconsin and the police are tailing a car whose driver has ignored their calls to pull over. As he barrels down a quiet street, the police ram their point home. Moments later, he's back on the road, and the bumper car tactics continue. Taking a turn around the corner, even more police join the effort to stop this driver. The cruiser behind him zeroes in on him for another hit. The impact sends the car spinning to a dead standstill, and the chase is over. But the police aren't taking any chances. With one final bump, they have him surrounded. With guns drawn, they move in. Maybe the driver was running to protect his vintage pair of fluffy dice. But all that matters to the police is that this suspect led them on a dangerous chase, and he can't be trusted. This Wisconsin pressed his luck with the police, successfully spinning the wheel. But when he rolled the dice, they just came up snake eyes. These two armed suspects have robbed a bank and are racing down a Los Angeles freeway, leaving police far behind. At this speed, it seems as if the suspects might make their escape. It looks like the crooks might be home free. The traffic in LA today is relatively light. These suspects are about to use up their good luck. With the police miles behind, they decide to make a run for it and dodge cars across the highway before leaping down a 12-foot embankment to freedom. When an officer from the highway patrol finally catches up to the scene of the crash, the men are long gone, but the officers approach with guns drawn in case anyone's left behind. Meanwhile, police have tracked the robbers to this auto body shop. They find one of the suspects hiding inside the garage. The other is taken down in a side alley. The episode ends peacefully after a long and dangerous chase. These suspects were almost in the clear. But a sloppy crash meant they had to continue on foot. but officers caught up with them and cleaned up the mess. Coming up on Hot Pursuit, how much further can this thief push his smoking car? This cruiser stops on a dime. This officer is in grave danger. It's early in the morning in Florida, and police are after this car that's just swerved off the road ahead. They think that this driver might be a little bit drunk. In fact, the driver of this blue car has had 24 cans of beer. And as you can see, police are keen on stopping him. But even though he's been rammed by police, he gets away, and the chase is on. His car might be on the verge of falling apart. The 2 cases of beer keep him going. He makes a dangerous turn onto a dusty side street. His vehicle spews even more smoke as he continues to beat up his broken down car. The chase leads cops further and further away from civilization. Looks like he just scraped by this pickup truck. But the car has finally taken enough abuse and gives up the ghost. While his car may have given out, the suspect won't give up, but he's still drunk and an easy target on foot. This chase got off to a smashing start as a smashed driver tore up the road and his car. But after drinking a case of beer and mistaking his jalopy for a hot rod, this guy finally fell flat on his face. You've heard of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. How about solving 2 crimes with 1 chase? On this Alabama highway, crime 1 is a simple traffic violation. Officers had noticed this Jeep Cherokee driving at an unlawfully low speed. When they tried to pull him over, he refused and fled. Now he's weaving in and out of traffic, and police can't figure out why the driver and his accomplice won't stop. When the pursuing officer catches up with them, the driver heads off the highway and straight into a lot of trouble. Amazingly, the 2 men in the car survived without a scratch. The sign must have taken the brunt of the damage. But even with their SUV wrecked, they continue to resist arrest. As they remove the men from the SUV, the police discover why these guys wouldn't pull over. There's 1 more passenger in the car, and he's been dead for days. Crime number 2 turns out to be murder. After a crash like this, anyone in the car would be lucky to be alive. But that hardly matters when one of the passengers is already dead. The 2 guys responsible for this have a lot more to pay for than a traffic ticket. A report of a drunk driver has come in, and this officer is scouring the streets. Sometimes they're not that easy to track down. This officer, however, might be on the right track. This driver gave him just the sign he was looking for. It's beside the point that the driver has cut across lanes of traffic. When you have a traffic sign sticking out of your car, it's a safe bet that you're drunk. It's not clear how the man wound up with a street sign for a hood ornament, but alcohol was probably involved at some stage of the process. The officer approaches the car to investigate.
Stop! Come on, step out for me.
Hardly being able to stand is one reason why a sobriety test isn't necessary.
You okay? How much you had to drink?
And don't forget the very large sign impaled into the car.
Put your hands on the back of the car.
So the officer skips the formalities and arrests him on the spot. It's obvious from the replay this guy didn't see the signs. And after getting arrested, it's a pretty clear sign that he needs to lay off the booze. Coming up on Hot Pursuit, an officer finds trouble. A confrontation on a busy highway. And a suspect gets religion.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Most cops are proud of their uniform, and the officer who's pulled over this car for speeding is particularly well dressed. He's wearing this season's must-have accessory.
Reason I stopped, she's doing 88 miles an hour.
The bulletproof vest.
Radio, this be shot!
Even a routine traffic stop like this one can quickly turn into a life-threatening situation.
Reason I stopped, she's doing 88 miles an hour.
But not when you're wearing the right outfit. So it's not really clothes that make the man, but clothes that save the man.
Radio, this be shot!
The driver of this SUV has taken a hostage a few miles back and is fleeing from the police. But it looks like he's got a problem. There's traffic ahead. And there's a second problem. His car has stalled. He buys some time by refusing to unlock his doors. Just enough time for him to get his car restarted. One cop tries to run after him, but with so many innocent bystanders around, he's unable to safely get off a shot. Back in their cruisers, the police resume the chase as the truck veers off the main roads. Cops try to cut him off ahead, but he's still able to speed his way through a roadblock. Next, he tests his SUV's capabilities, driving across a bumpy field. Unfortunately for him, his car decides to stall one more time, and the chase is over. Fortunately for police, this time he's forgotten to keep his doors locked. Every once in a while, a police officer
Listen to what I'm saying.
gets a prayer from someone he's pulled over.
No, I don't want a Hail Mary or a Hallelujah. I want to know how long you've been here. Not Hail Mary.
What would you like?
I want your driver's license, first of all.
The man may be high on religion, but the cop suspects he's also drunk on
How
alcohol.
much have you had to drink tonight?
And based on the man's answer,
I just put it down to the side. I guess about
the officer's right. Even a very basic question,
Do you have a driver's license or not?
repeated for emphasis,
I want to see your driver's license.
doesn't seem to register.
Where is your driver's license?
my left.
Where is your driver's license?
Where is my driver's license?
Yeah.
My left.
Where to your left? Do you understand what I'm saying? Where is your driver's license?
My left.
Where?
The officer tries a different approach.
Have you been to high school, you said?
Yeah.
Can you say the alphabet straight through from A to Z?
And gets a very different answer.
Let's see. 1990, 6, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 199. Let's see. Maybe like 191, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99.
Okay, tell me when you're done, okay?
Hold on.
You're done?
100. Yes, sir.
This guy might be piously devoted to his religion,
That's good.
but the prayers he offered to the officer
No, I don't want a Hail Mary or a Hallelujah.
would have been better used on himself.
Where's your driver's license?
To my left.
Thankfully, this cop has the patience of a saint.
We're not supposed to be comfortable, but I only kept it once.